What is going on, everybody? My name is Robert Watkin and welcome back to another tutorial. So in this tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to clean up your drive. In particular I've said C drive, but really it can be any drive on your computer. You can see here I do actually have 3 hard drives. Well, I've got 2 hard drives and one's an SSD. But I'm going to be focusing on this one here, my local disk C. Just happens to be an SSD, but it doesn't matter whether it's a normal hard drive or an SSD. But this is the one we're going to be focusing on, as this is the one we have our operating system on, and I'm assuming most of you are going to have your operating system installed on it as well. Now, the tricks I'm going to be showing you in this video are just kind of some basic tricks, just a quick little cleanup. They're not super in-depth, they're not super complicated. It's not going to clean up a massive amount of space, but it could clean up maybe like 10 to 30 gigabytes ish, maybe more, maybe less. It depends on how much stuff you've got on your computer and how long it's been since you've cleaned up. Now, getting straight into this, one thing I want to quickly talk about, or the first step, is the desktop. So when you load up a computer, sometimes it may start to run slow the more you've had your computer, in terms of starting up and how quickly it can launch to the desktop. One thing that will slightly improve this time is the amount of stuff you have on your desktop. Now, I'm quite bad for having stuff on my desktop. I usually have mine really tidy, but you want to just try and keep it to a minimum, because the less stuff you have there, the less stuff has to be loaded up when your computer launches. So anything which is a shortcut, illustrated by these little arrows here, if you delete them, they will still be on your computer, but just in a different location, so you'll have to search them down at the bottom instead. So by simply deleting all of these and all of these, this, that, okay, that's it. But you see, that's like half the stuff on my desktop cleared up. That'll slightly improve how quickly our computer loads up. It's going to be a very tiny amount though. And then, of course, with other files like we have got here, you can simply just move them to a different folder on your computer. And then if you need to access them, you can go into that folder and get them there. There's a few things on here I am going to delete, as I don't need them anymore though. And there we go, the desktop is now nice and clean, so this will help improve startup times by just a tiny little bit, which of course in the end is helpful. I would recommend doing this as often as you can, because you don't want to leave it a build up, because then that just means one day you're going to have to sort the entire thing and it's just going to be more stressful. So just get out of the way little bits at a time. The next thing I'm going to talk about is temporary files. These are files that your computer doesn't necessarily need. They don't need to be kept on the computer. They can just improve certain things loading and certain things being opened. But they are also taking some space on your C drive. So if you want to delete them, you can go ahead and do that. If you right click on the start button at the bottom, click on run and type in temp, T-E-M-P, click enter. You may get this pop-up saying you don't have permissions. If you just click continue, you may have to allow that. But then these files, yeah, they can all be deleted. You don't need these. So if we click delete on them, it will say stuff can't be deleted. There is a few things that it won't allow to be deleted, so you can just skip them. If you click on do this for all current items, skip, and it'll delete everything that can be deleted. And there we go. So now we've cleared a little bit of space there. Now there is also some more temp files. If you right click on your Windows icon again, click run, and this time do percentage temp and then percentage again, click OK. And then you've got all of these. This is a slightly bigger file, so if you click Control A there, or you can just drag your mouse to select them all. Right click, delete. Now we're going to get the same thing, saying there's a few conflicts, so if you just click on do this for all current items, skip, and then once again, skip. And there we go, we've cleared that up quite a bit. Now, of course, we have been deleting stuff, but if you know anything about a computer, you'll know it doesn't actually delete straight away. It'll go into your recycle bin. So I also have a problem with this as well, where I leave my recycle bin way too long and it builds up way too much, and that can take up a lot of space without actually realizing it, because there may often be times where you delete stuff and you think you've gotten rid of it, but you forget it's gone in here. So if we look on here, you can see I have got a lot of stuff in here. So yeah, once you're in your recycle bin, if you click on manage at the top here, you can then click on empty recycle bin, click on yes, and there you go, you are sorted. Leave that to run for a bit, and you can see there it was about 15 gigabytes worth of stuff. So that's a decent amount of stuff cleared up straight away. Now these last couple steps, these last couple tricks will basically help optimize your drives. So you want to start by going to your search icon at the bottom here. Search for defragment, and you can actually see it already appears at the top. If it doesn't, just search for that in full. But then you can click on this, and what this is going to do is basically without going into too many technical terms, it's basically going to sort everything on your hard drive so all relevant pieces of data are in the same location, so it's going to make loading a little bit faster. And this is another thing I would recommend you do as often as you can. You can see that you can actually schedule it to do it on regular occurrences. So if you click on change settings down here, you can then choose how often you want to do it. Now I've got it on weekly because, to be honest, it's one of those things you don't really notice happening. You never notice happening in the background because it's quite a quick process. You can see that on my C drive, though, it still hasn't been carried out for 29 days. My other drives are 0% fragmented, which is good. And then my reserved system, it says this one needs optimization. So what you can do before actually optimizing, you can click on analyze and it'll analyze it. Or if you already know it needs optimize, just click on optimize here. So we're going to click on the C drive, we're going to click optimize, and we're going to let it do its thing. And that was it. That was it. Before I'd even finished speaking, it was done. So now we'll do it for the system reserved. Yeah, we might as well just get all the drives done. And you can see how quick that was. Now the final thing we're going to do, if you click on the search icon here, or search bar, if you type in clean, and you'll get disk cleanup, click on that. And then you can select which drive you want to clean up here. So we're going to go for the C drive once again. We're going to click OK here. And then what you can do is select everything on here, because this is all stuff that you don't necessarily need. You can look at the stuff, and if there is stuff you really want to save, you can. But once again, this is more just the temp files. This is temporary stuff you don't really need. And we can see here 107 megabytes. Not massive, but it makes a difference in the end. So we will click on OK here. And it says, are you sure you want to permanently delete these files? And then you can click delete files.
My name is Jeff.
So there we go, that's done. It's just closed itself, and we have saved a bit of storage. I reckon we've probably saved at least 20-25 gigabytes there. So that is pretty much it. We've probably saved about 20 to 30 gigabytes in storage there. And if you have any questions, just leave them down below. But that's going to be it for this video, guys. So thanks for watching. Hope you did enjoy. Remember, if you would like to see more tutorials, comment them down below and I'll be happy to do them. If you would like to just stick around for some more videos, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video, whatever I make. Bye bye.